All right, shalom, shalom. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba Hashem, Yahweh Shah, Ba Hashem, Rekah Kwadash. I want to give double honors to the elders, apostles of Great Millstone, and shalom and salute to the hopefully elect from the least to the greatest. So I have this story that the elder Karatzabar of GMS Baltimore, right? He sent this to the Brotherhood, and I just wanted to go over it because I heard about this story, and it's going around that this young student. I'll just read the title. It says, "Heartbreaking Body of a Black Student Found Hanging from a Tree on Delta State University Campus." Now, it's been a lot of Jakes being hung, and it just don't get no news. It just it's a channel, right? That I referred to brothers. I believe it's called Taylor House Publishing. He goes over. He goes into that a lot on the things that be happening with Jake in the South, and nothing really hardly changed from the Jim Crow, sorta, in some states, but it's a lot of Jakes. These Edomites are killing Jake at a alarming rate, and it's not even being nationwide, and they just getting away with it. And every time an incident like this happen, they rule out the foul play, and whoever did it, they walk free. And this is happening at a alarming rate. I mean, probably sometimes twice a week, and it's been going on for a long time. Let me bring this video up. All right, here's the one of the news clips on it. I'm gonna play this.
The Delta State Police Chief, they got a call around 7 o'clock Monday morning. First officers on the scene found the body of 21-year-old DeMartravion Trey Reed. He was hanging from a tree near the pickleball court that's in the central part of the campus. Reed is a Delta State student from Grenada. Now, there is already rampant social media speculation about what happened to Reed. At this point, investigators say there is no evidence of foul play. But we, of course.
And one thing I'm gonna say, every time this incident happened, they always get these coon police, these Sambo police to like cover their ass. You know, they always using a Jake to how is it not foul play? So would he just suspended himself up in the air and hung himself? This is bullshit. Let's see what he got to say.
Again, with our partners, we've investigated every avenue, and again, we continue to investigate. The university has contacted the Mississippi Bureau of Investigation, Cleveland Police Department, and the Bolivar County Sheriff's Office to assist them in the investigation.
So first of all,
according to the Delta,
they said they are continuing the investigation. So how you know it's not foul play then? Because some sources say his legs and his arms were broken. So if I had broken bones before. My foot was broken before. You can't really, if your foot broken, you can't really hardly do anything, yet alone your legs and your arms. So how you going to suspend yourself up in the air like that? Let's read some of these comments. And this happened numerous amount of times where they'll just leave out. They'll say no foul play. It says, did they just say there was no evidence of foul play? And we all know what type of society we live in. We keep telling you, Jakes, that this place is a wicked place, ran by these Edomites, these wicked, devilish, racist Edomites. That's why you need Yahweh Ba Hashem, Yahweh Shah on your side. And this it's in the scriptures. a race war will jump off between Jacob and Esau before we get up out of here. And that's what Jacob's trouble is all about. Well, some of it. And this was just I'm reading, I say no foul play, who hanged him on the trees. It says, is this real? It seemed like a bad joke. You found a young black man in Mississippi hanging from a tree with a rope, and there is no foul play. It say, call the feds and to investigate. Yep. So a lot of people ain't buying it. You got some people making jokes. It says, so he hung himself from a tree. And we don't do that. Us, so-called, why would you hang? Yeah, we all know this, what the deal is with that. I got another source that I'm going to play. All right, let's play this.
What's going on in Mississippi? 2 men were just found hanging from trees on the same day. Sums up. So just within 2 hours, 2 men were found hanging from trees in Mississippi. One, a young college student by the name of Trey Reed. The other, a homeless man by the name of Corey Zukaitis. So first at 7:05 a.m., campus police found the body of 21-year-old Trey Reed hanging from a tree by the pickleball courts. Trey is African American. Now the police chief, Michael L. Peeler, in a press conference is stating that there's no evidence of foul play. But Trey's family has different information. One cousin of Trey said she'd seen the reports and it said that he was beaten and bruised. Both his arms were broken and he had a broken leg. Now this all happened at Delta State University, which was founded in 1924, but had a history of violence against black students. And it was their 100-year centennial. Now the police are saying there's no foul play. And the coroner is saying that there aren't any broken arms or broken legs on Trey. Yet the cause of death has not been revealed yet. Now Corey Zukaitis' body was found at 10:30 a.m. that same day. And he was a homeless white man. Now Mississippi's always been if you know what I mean. But the coroner's saying there's no evidence to suggest that Trey was physically attacked before his death. The cops are saying there's no foul play, yet his family has videos of Trey hanging from the tree. Some alleging you can physically see the attack on Trey's body. People, it is 2025. This is an injustice, and it cannot be overlooked.
So now they're saying 2 men found hanging from trees in Mississippi on the same day. So another so-called white man, which he could be a Jake too, he was caught hanging. If that's found to be true, but so far I got the evidence on one of the I think his name Trey Reed. So it's a lot going on with these government officials and authorities down there in Mississippi and all over the place. And this is another channel. Hold on, let me go to YouTube. Yeah, this is the channel, Taylor House Publishing. And he goes over a lot of racial things that be happening to Jake. And if you look on his channel, he got it posted, right? Fair use. I usually, go to his channel. But you'll find out that this happened like numerous amount of times. Like it was one week where it was a Jake, it's a couple weeks back, but it was a Jake found hung. Here go one where as though a noose is hanging in a North Carolina Wendy's. But one of them, here go another one where it says, black trucker explains how he almost got killed in the sundown town. So he got a whole bunch of videos of Jake getting hung. A lot of racial things going on in these southern towns. It was one week where Jake was popping up, like almost every other day, a body being found on one of these weeks. And here you got Jake getting gunned down by police. Yeah, it was one of these weeks where that shit just was happening like almost every other day. A body popped up of a Jake. That's somewhere down at this history. But as you can see, just go to this channel and you'll see how the guy, he be bringing it out. He be exposing these devils. But a lot of these police, they'll play along with the they'll play along with the police department. You got these Jakes that's like plugged in with the Babylonian system. See, here go another one. See, another trucker found hung from a tree in North Carolina. You see? So this is going down. And it's not being it's nothing being said about it worldwide. So they just like throwing it under the table. You know? Let's go to the video. Let's go to the video and see what he says. So I'm gonna play that. I'm gonna play a little bit of that, and then we're gonna go to the scriptures.
What's up, y'all? Mentor at 7:05 a.m. in Cleveland, Mississippi, on the campus of Delta State University. Our young brother, DeMartravion, I think I'm pronouncing that right, DeMartravion Trey Reed, was found suspended in the air from a tree at a rope. And so I have to be very careful about, what I say in these type of videos because YouTube likes to censor them. Now, this happened on the campus of Delta State University, just as they are celebrating their centennial events, meaning they are celebrating 100 years of their existence. And so they have all of these events and festivals. Now, think about what was going on in 1924, 1925 in Cleveland, Mississippi. Black people were being suspended in the air by ropes from trees. And so I never could be convinced that this is self-inflicted, in which the police have already ruled. They said that there is no foul play.
And that's the thing that gets me, like, they didn't even do a thorough investigation yet. So that's real fishy to me for them to come out and say there's no foul play. Well, how would you know that if you didn't furnish a thorough investigation, or you don't even have the autopsies papers back or anything? You don't have a cause of death yet. So how could you say there's no foul play when a so-called black man, an Israelite man, is suspended in the air like that? And these Edomites, they had their way with Jake. They were able to do rape, rob, and murder us by will all these years, and it's only till now where as though we have a little might, but they're still, as you can see, they still getting away with it, and they still doing it at an alarming rate, but it's just not being publicized like it's supposed to be. But they're still doing it, and this one was just found. So think of how many other cases where Jake went missing and that wasn't even reported. You see? This one was just found. He happened to be suspended in the air, but imagine the ones that people didn't catch, that they took down and may have buried or did whatever with the body. And the Jake just went missing, So we got to stay prayed up in these wicked, evil times that these Edomites are, because they a lot of these white supremacists, they are in a they big hypocrites. They're delusional. They're stupid. They're idiots. Here it is. I've been looking around the internet, and you got a lot of these Edomites that are really mad, pissed off that this devil, Charlie Kirk, was taken out. But guess what? They got a nerve to be mad at Jake, but their own kind took him out. You see how delusional these Edomites are? That should tell you that they are our enemies, our natural enemies. And I'm going to get to the scriptures in a minute. Let me play a little bit more of this.
Already go with the S-word narrative. Now, you can never convince me that black men would do that. Like, first of all, it is documented that when black men or men in general do something like that, they make it quick.
Right. He got a point there. Jacob will, if he committing the S word or whatever, he'll shoot himself, or make it quick the way as though he can, you won't really hardly feel it. But for you to suspend yourself in the air like that, and I'm saying allegedly, because I don't know how true it is, but they're saying that, the report saying that his legs and his arms were broken. I had a broken foot before. That broken foot hindered me from doing a lot of things. All right. And I couldn't, I'm a pretty well physical dude, right? And when my foot was broken, I couldn't imagine me suspending myself up in the air like that and hanging myself. And that was just my foot broken. So how could you do all that when your legs and your arms were broken? The spirit is telling me that this was definitely foul play. Just like the many other cases that these Edomites in charge that they got away with. Well, really, they didn't get away with it. All right, none of us get away with it. They just got a little bit of range to do what they do and they're in time. But they didn't get away with it. All right, let me play a little bit more of this.
They make it real quick and efficient. And that's not quick and efficient. Secondly, who are all these black men that know how to tie a noose?
Right. And on this brother channel, Richard Taylor Publishing, he got a lot of incidents or videos where as though it's a lot of Jake that's supposed to automatically hung themselves. And every time it goes into the authorities, they say it wasn't no foul play. Brothers just popping up being a noose and hung from trees. And they said there's no foul play. Jake can't even tie a damn noose. You know what I'm saying?
Make that make sense. Where is this noose tying black man class? Knowing the historical trauma that method or manner of demise has caused to our community.
Yeah. So without further ado, let's go to the scriptures. All right, the first scripture that I'll start with is Jeremiah chapter 49. And it says, prophesied against Edom. I could start at 10, actually. All right. And it reads, but I have made Esau bare. I have uncovered his secret places. What is that talking about? For a while, we didn't know who the Edomites were. We didn't know that they were our enemies. We didn't know the secrets of the elite. A lot of things we didn't know about this devil. But now the Lord is exposing who he is. Reading on, it says, and he shall not be able to hide himself. His seed is spoiled. Yeah, because they I know, what's his name? Lucas, what's the channel? Famous Lucas. Joyner Lucas or something. Damn. I can't think of his channel, but he's hilarious. And he be going in on these Edomites, man. Damn, I gotta look it up now. He called them the lineage of evil. And that's his quote, which we know that his seed, it goes to lineage. So he's the lineage of Esau, the lineage referring to Malachi, which I can get to in a minute, or I can quote it. But they're the lineage of evil, and that's what they are. His seed is spoiled, and his brethren and his neighbors, and he is not. It says, leave thy fatherless children, I will preserve them alive, and let thy widows trust in me. It says, for thus saith the Lord, behold, they whose judgments was not to drink of the cup have assuredly drunken it. And art thou he that shall altogether go unpunished? Thou shalt not go unpunished, but thou shalt surely drink of it. Yep. So it wasn't our Israel or Jacob. It wasn't It wasn't for Jacob to drink that cup, but we went on ahead and drunk it. So if we couldn't get away with sinning and all that, you think Esau is going to get away with doing that to Jacob? No. Esau is going to drink that very cup that we had to drink. You see? And the Lord says, are they altogether go unpunished? It says, thou shalt not go unpunished, but thou shalt surely drink of it. And he swore, it says, for I have sworn by myself, saith the Lord, that Basra, what's Basra? That's another name for the Edomites or the so-called white people. Let's prove it. We got the blue letter right here. We look up words. Where is it at? Basra. Yep. Basra. It says a town in Edom. All right. So that's an ancient city in Edom. It says, saith, I have sworn by myself, saith the Lord, that Basra, or the Edomite, shall become a desolation, a reproach, a waste, and a curse. And all the cities thereof shall be perpetual waste cities. All right. He goes in on these Edomites. Let's read on. It says, I heard a rumor from the Lord, and an ambassador sent unto the heathen, saying, gather ye together and come up against her and rise up her and up to the battle. For lo, I will make thee small among the heathen and despised among men. Thy terribleness have deceived thee, and the pride of thy heart, O thou dwellest in the cliffs of the rocks. Who's that? That sounds like Obadiah. That's the Edomites. It says that hold the height of the hills. Thou, though, shouldest make thy nest as high as the eagle. I will bring thee down from thence, saith the Lord. Also Esau shall be a desolation. Every one that goeth by it shall be astonished and shall hiss at all the plagues thereof. See? So the Lord going to destroy these Edomites. Let's go down to verse 20. It says, therefore hear the counsel of the Lord that he hath taken against Edom, and his purpose, that he had purpose against the inhabitants of Teman. And Teman is another ancient city in Edom. It says, surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. Surely he shall make their inhabitants desolate with them. So we're going to tear these Edomites apart. Now, right now, it goes into it more. Let's get Revelations, one of my favorite scriptures, Revelations 13:9. It says, If any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. So they taking us Jake out at an alarming rate. They think they getting away with this. No, the Lord is recording all of this. This guy that they just hung, and they said there's no foul play. Well, he's in the spirit world now. And he's one of the ones now that's, begging the Lord to take this place down. Because when you go in the spirit world, you're in your right mind. And you understand what's going on now. So he's one of them angels that's begging the Lord to please take this place down, And the Lord ain't forget what these Edomites done to him. If it's foul play, which we believe it is. When you ever heard of a Jake knowing how to tie a noose and hanging himself and suspending himself in the air like that? Come on now. So they're going to pay for that. And they're going to pay the very same people that did this. That Jake that come back, when he come back in a reincarnation, he's going to have them same devils in his hands in captivity. He might come back through one of the elect brothers, and him growing up, he'll see these same Edomites working in the fields. And then later on, when the Lord put the spirit on him, he can go and take these devils out, these same devils. He can go ahead and execute them like they did him, and keep doing it because our days are going to be longer in the kingdom. You know how long back then Esau had us for around 250 years to around 400 years of captivity. Well, they're going to go 1,000. So we're going to be able to, we're going to have plenty of time to get our lick back. Put it like that. So, yeah, that's about it. I wanted to say on this. Let's go to Obadiah to close it out. And let's get straight to the point. It says, verse 10 of Obadiah 1, it says, for thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever. So yeah, Esau, you cut off. And as the days goes by, you're going to be able to take out more Jakes, mostly the 2/3. Lord willing, I ain't, hopefully I'm part of the elect, but I don't know yet. But you're going to be able to put your hands on the 2/3, but you ain't going to be able to touch the elect. Because as soon as you start touching the elect, that's when your kingdom is going to come down. All right. So I'm going to play a little bit more of this brother's video, and then I'm going to close it.
Out, and they have asked people not to share the videos, and, respectfully. And of course, I won't share any of those videos as well. Now, I talked to some of my people down there in Mississippi. They gave me some intricate details on the matter. It is alleged, it is reported to me that both of his legs were broken. Now, does that sound like somebody can do that to himself? Both legs were broken. And another family member took to TikTok, as people usually do. He alleged that Delta State University, founded in 1924 as a predominantly white public university, has a history of violence against black students, which I do not doubt. And this person said,
So that scripture that I just read, Obadiah, for thy violence against thy brother Jacob, because in the spirit, these so-called white people was supposed to be the brother of Jacob, of the Israelites, but they broke that brotherly covenant. They bended that back then, even before Moses, when they wouldn't let us cross into take the shortcut and cross through their land. Moses said, we won't even touch your water. We'll just walk through. And what they did, they said no. They was prejudiced back then, even though they came from Isaac. They were prejudiced. And they said, and what they did, these Amalekites, these damn devils, we walked through, and they were picking on, which they still do now these days. They was picking on the women and the children and the old. They wasn't trying to come up against the able-bodied men. They was picking on the weak back then. So these fucking devils are cowards. They not real stand-up dudes. They cowards. All right. So I hope this was edifying to the body. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba Hashem, Yahweh Shah, Ba Hashem Rakah Kwadash. Till again, Shalom.